Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome to the Anime Mystics podcast, first one of the year.
Ooh, you survived.
Mm-hmm. Only a couple episodes away till episode 50.
Oh, snap.
I don't know if we're doing anything special for that, though.
We can talk. We can talk about it. We can do it.
Either way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yes.
I did not get the last podcast up before Christmas, so yeah.
It's all good. No worries.
Anyway, we have a new podcast member joining us.
Yes.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody. My name is Michaela, but you guys can just call me by my handle, Sachiel. So I would consider myself more of like a anime enthusiast. However, I've been watching anime like since like the 90s, like ever since like you had to like rent videos from Blockbuster and stuff, and like back when like it was like a VHS and one episode is like $30 and that's only for the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a VHS?
Yeah.
There are these three initials that came out before DVD.
Yes. Yeah, so it's good to be here, so please take care of me.
Yeah. And I made the recommendation to Sachiel, sorry. It'll be a minute, I promise, I'll get it.
It's fine.
That, Sachiel has already been pretty active on the Discord, and so I was like, you know what? Why don't we just get you on recording now? Because you're doing half the work. So now let's just get you on audio. So, I'm happy that you're coming out here. Welcome aboard.
Yep.
And yeah, hopefully we'll have many discussions. And yeah, it's. What's funny is that when you were talking about the old days, I was just thinking about Roman, and in one episode he was talking about English dub Lum and her French accent.
Yeah.
So
you can find it on YouTube. The dub for Yurusei Yatsura was so bad, the company that had the rights to it just gave up and just went with subbed.
Jeez.
I think the only one that's actually dubbed now is Beautiful Dreamer, the second movie.
Okay.
Outside of that, the series, they're like, no, this is horrible. Let's just sub it.
oh man.
I don't know who has the rights to it now. I think the company that had it before went under.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So
Yeah, because like I don't think Animego has the license for it anymore. I want to say it's either like Discotech, I think. Though I could be wrong on that.
Well, I wouldn't mind if they brought it back. I lost all my discs, so I need them again.
So that would be one that you would buy on Blu-ray?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I think Viz has the license for the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been re-releasing the manga, which I've been wanting to buy, but haven't had the opportunity yet.
Okay.
That's because there was other stuff I bought.
You get that third Amelia statue.
I think you mean sixth.
So my bad. I'm cutting out 3 of them. My bad.
And that's not including all my prize figures, cushions, and everything else.
I'm gonna build the Amelia shrine.
I plan on it. Like if we ever move again, I'm gonna make sure we have an extra room just so I can make a Amelia corner.
Good morning, sun. Good morning, bed. Good morning, Amelia.
Yeah.
Just have your little shrine set up.
Yeah, make her morning tea and everything.
Do the calisthenics.
Now I'm looking forward to that. One of these days, Roman's gonna, when he comes over to record podcast, he's gonna come in that track suit, and I'm gonna be like, Roman, don't you do that.
I love Amelia.
Oh man.
Just waiting on my big figure to show up. They did tell me that it was going to get switched over to DHL. They just haven't sent me the notification yet saying that it's been shipped out. Because when I paid for it, it was only EMS. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to wait for this to come another 6 months from now. But then they sent me an email saying, hey, you qualify for the something premium shipping. And I was like, okay, am I going to have to pay extra? They're like, Actually, no, it's cheaper. We're going to give you like store credit, the little points they have.
Yeah.
We're going to give you 1,500 points.
Oh wow.
So like, oh nice.
Wow.
Go ahead and ship it then.
And
my Aya shipped before her though.
yeah, I have stuff that's actually from Good Smile that's about to approach its 1-year shipping anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I am, but as long as it gets here, that's all that matters to me, because it'll be like finally, and then I just throw it on the wall.
Yeah, and then you never look at it again.
Yeah, after so long. Now I've actually just started boxing my stuff up. So this has been so long to the box.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my Lancer Arturia.
Oof.
Ordered that end of April, so that's coming up to a year now.
And Michaela we might get into this later on, because Sachiel is also a Fate fan, which is, I think, one of the ways we've bonded is through Fate. And I'm sure that the movie, the Camelot movie, and all the other, Tsukihime and everything that got announced on New Year's is stuff you're looking forward to. But in terms of Roman, it's like a race now. What's going to come out first? His Milftoria statue at the Camelot movie.
Probably Camelot.
Probably Camelot, yeah.
Get to see that Needle Chris and Mash bath scene before I get my figure.
Oh, that's already been leaked.
I haven't looked up any leaks.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I was going to share that in the Discord or not. Because again, some people don't care, some people do care, and I don't. I mean, for all I know, it probably got taken down already. Because I think it was also part of the Fate New Year's event from last week.
Oh, was it?
I think so. I think that's where it came out, because they did everything. They did arcade, they did the projects, they did Grand Carnival, they did the game, obviously. And then they talked about, they did that silhouette of the servants for 2021.
For Lost Belt 6?
Oh, for all of them. All the silhouettes of the upcoming characters for the game.
For the year.
Yeah. Well, some, because there was only I think 6 or 7 of them. So it was probably one from each class. But yeah. It's just, it was like a teaser.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it. I thought it was just for Lost Belt 6.
No.
Like, these are not all of them are going to be summonable, but these are the people that are. This is how many we got.
Nah, those were. It was a teaser silhouette. So those are all various events, because they're already talking about. I guess another live stream is coming out for the Valentine's event. So.
Oh, they're doing a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I already saw that they were going to have more voiced scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're doing it for the new characters that arrived in last year. So after February 2020 now, so the new characters are all going to get voices.
Okay, question. So. Do all the Valentine's events, do they just have the same scenes over and over, like for the servants that you already have?
Michaela, do you know the answer to that?
I think they also not only that they re-release, I guess, lack of the better word, it's like they re-release the ones that you missed for the servants that you haven't done yet, but also for the new characters as well. So, and then of course for the White Day event, was it the Chelia Boys, where they have that going on too. So
yeah,
I don't know if they're going to re-release Proto Author's outfit, like the white suit and stuff, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, are they just going to redo all of the scenes from last year for this new Valentine event?
Okay, I think I know what you're saying. So, so what they're doing is that for all the characters that were basically years 1 through 3, their scenes are going to be the same, but now they have audio.
So now they're just
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, if you've seen the scene already, which you can actually still access through, going into your My Room, and you can still see the scene again. It's that same scene. It's just now it has a 2 gig download, because it's going to have all recorded lines. So it's the character's voice actor or actress narrating it now, basically.
Yeah.
I don't need to make space if it's 2 gigs.
Yeah, it's a pretty massive download. I remember seeing people getting the update, and they were like, oh, it was 1.4. And I remember not too long after last year's Valentine's, it was a stream where they had Kawasumi Ayako, Saber's voice actress, and she said that one was brutal because she had to record like 23 characters, and it's like, well, who signed up to be a Saber face? Yeah, it wasn't so smart now. You didn't think about that when you were cashing those checks, did you, Kawasumi-san? And then she's all like, yeah, I had to do like 17 characters. Oh, and Bonnie. So she always has to put that at the end there. And Anne Bonnie.
She's Anne Bonnie?
Yeah, she's Anne Bonnie. Huh. And Mary Reed is Nonaka Ai. So Medea Lily. I recognize her as Kyoko from Madoka, your favorite show. But yeah, she does a couple characters. And Frankenstein. That's Nonaka Ai, and that's Mary Reed. But yeah, Anne Bonnie is Kawasumi.
Mary Reed's a short one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I always said that if I knew that Kawasumi was going to be at an event, I would take my my Anne Bonnie card or some Anne Bonnie merch to get autographed. Be like, haha, got him. So I like to be different.
And she writes down, "Are you my master?"
Yeah. She'd probably charge me to say that. She'd
draw a sword on it.
Yeah. So, but so Sachiel, you've basically been introduced to the format. So that's pretty much how these things go. We were introducing you, and then we went off on FGO talk. So
yeah, that happens all the time.
It doesn't matter what the tangent is; it just goes.
Like we'll be talking, and somebody remembers or thinks of something that happened, and they're like, "Oh," and then we just start talking for 30 minutes about that. This was a short one actually because it's only 12 minutes in.
Yeah, because I know that we're going to come back to it because obviously I wanted to talk about the return of Fate Carnival, and I know Tsukihime is a big one too. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also the Fate Extra remake.
Yes, I'm legit excited for that.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to Tamamo.
Tamamo. Yeah. So
and I guess Palette Swap is there too.
See, one of the other New Year's specials was from the Gouda one, where Nero declares that red, we live in the era where red is greater than blue. Yeah.
And then she got wiped out.
Well, that was in Grand Carnival, and that was a mutual destruction because they blew Gawain out into the snow. So.
Yeah, but he got the sun, so he was fine.
Oh, he actually did the Dark Souls pose too. Oh my god. Oh.
They know all the memes, okay?
Yeah, including Liz is a tool. But anyways. So,
back on track.
For now. So aside from that, how basically these things carry out, we're basically the goal for today is just let's just talk about what we're looking forward to in terms of the weeb environment. And I say that because weeb environment can mean many things. There's anime coming out, manga coming out, anime movies coming out, video games coming out. So basically, that's what we're going to talk about, is what we're looking forward to. And then as a side note, Roman and I, mainly Roman proposed this idea, and I kind of agreed with it, is that this is also going to be the nature of the rest of these podcasts, is we're going to kind of no longer focus on the shows week to week or month to month in some instances. This is just going to be free-form conversations now. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to timestamp this because it's going to be all over the place, but we'll throw out a couple of topics, we'll go over them for a bit, and then we'll wrap up and we'll see what the people have to say about it. And that's why Sachiel's input is so valuable, because, Roman and I, after almost a year and a half, people pretty much that follow these podcasts know where we lie. So getting a third opinion, I think, is pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
And so, it's basically the intro, I guess. So Roman, let's start with you, because like I said, you made your store announcement, so I wanted to give you props for that.
Thank you.
So
Yay!
So go for it. Get us started. This is your show.
Okay, so should I just start with what I'm looking forward to this season?
Yeah, go for it. Anything that's on your mind.
Okay. I actually got quite a bit I'm going to be watching this season. Again, don't look forward to reactions. I've already had a couple people asking when when videos are getting released, and I'm like, I stopped. Like, I've posted stuff about this everywhere. But, yeah, I think the only one that I may do reaction to is ReZero because I did the first half, but that's about it. Which is on here. ReZero Part 2, Season 2, Part 2.
Yeah.
I was looking for the first episode the other day because it was out, and the people that I download from didn't have it. So I have to check again tonight so I can watch it tomorrow. But, yeah. Either that or I'm probably going to have to go on, was it on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, Crunchyroll has it for sure.
They'll probably have to go there if they don't have it and just watch it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I really want to since Funimation and Sony bought them out. Don't know if I want to support them.
Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. And we had this kind of conversation on offline before we started recording. And I am concerned about the escalation of censorship and removals and changes and edits. And it's not even really stopping there. Now, like I said, they're going all the way to the source itself, and they're shaming them into submission. And it's like, but I mean, I'm hopeful because an established series like ReZero, I think they won't make any changes to, or they can't because it's already like made, it's done.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot to edit or alter. I believe. I mean, but yeah, your concerns are definitely warranted. I see where you're coming from.
Right. But other than that, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 more shows.
For just this season?
Just this season.
Wow.
Because basically, I look at the list and I go, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Write that down. That looks interesting.
Yeah.
That looks interesting. And then I just keep going. And a lot of these are, well, not even a lot of them, but like 4 of them are part 2s, like second seasons.
Yeah.
So other than ReZero, I got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yes.
Season 2 comes out. Part 1 of the season comes out. Then they skip a season, and then the next one comes out during summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Slime is airing this. No, I think it starts next week, right? Or in 2 weeks?
This week or the week after, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's this season. And, yeah, I want to watch it. I mean, the first season was okay. It wasn't, like, the greatest isekai I'd seen, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I just want to see where it goes from here, see if maybe they're done with, like, the world-building stuff and actually get into some adventure conflict stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, the only person that was able to stand up to him, he stopped in one episode with some honey.
and I liked Neelam too. I really liked her, and it's all like she's like, even though it's not my character type, the lowly thing, but she was OP as hell and could finally stand up to Rimuru. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be good. Here, have some honey. Hey, I'm dumb now. Damn it! Oh, all right. Triggered.
This brings the definition of honeypot to a whole nother level.
Oh, thank you for that. And I actually was going to call you into this because we had this conversation too, where Sachiel said, oh, I don't know how I feel about modern day shows because they have those 15-word titles now. And I'm like, do you love your mother reincarnated as a slime in another world as a vending machine? So what?
Opening a bakery.
Opening a bakery, yes. Kuma.
Right. I think there is actually a light novel where they open up a pizza place.
Yes.
Or something in an isekai world.
Yes, you are correct. I know what you're talking about. I haven't read it, but I have seen that pop up on Amazon as like suggested titles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that guy, Avu Kamu, that was the guy that got a shout out for Nobu 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 Nobu. Somebody donated like $15, and in their message they shouted at that dude, Nobu 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 Nobu. And then he's all like, yeah, it's my gotcha addiction. But we're not going to talk about FGO just yet.
Yeah, not yet.
We have GDQ. We have the stream going on in the background. So right now they're recapping everything that happened since late last night. So yeah, that's what I tagged you in on Facebook about the guy from playing Resident Evil 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, Reincarnated season 2. Another second season that's coming out is Beastars. That comes out this season. I enjoyed season 1, so I'm going to be looking forward to season 2. Obviously, Yuru Camp comes out this season.
Yes.
And I actually thought that was coming out last year. So I was disappointed when it didn't. And I mean, I got a little bit of my craving satiated with the short, 12-minute episodes or 5-minute episode, whatever they were.
Yeah, the little shorts.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah.
So that helped keep my sadness down.
No, I believe it's out already. At least the first episode is out.
Yeah, it's out already.
Yeah.
But again, I haven't. I was going to check tonight and get everything that I need to watch.
I got you.
So I can watch it all tomorrow.
I got you.
Other than that, So I'm a Spider, So What? I'm looking forward to.
That's one of those Mikhaila shows that we were talking about.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't like spiders, like, at all. But
me neither.
But I still want to watch this show because I've read a little bit of the manga, and it was pretty funny. Although they did change her face a lot. Like, she actually has, like, a snout and everything for a spider, when in the manga it was just a round head.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I also read that the author gave them permission to not follow his story if they wanted. So they could do whatever they want with it.
I wonder if it's to make it more appealing.
Maybe. I don't know. Since I haven't read the original story, it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, same.
But I don't know how people who... Because I think it started off as a light novel.
Of course.
I don't know how they're going to feel about it. I don't really care, though. So I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Other than that...
Now, I want to interject real quick. So, Sachiel, one of the running jokes here on Anime Mystics is that Aoi Yuki is Roman's waifu. So whenever there's an Aoi Yuki role, you have to remind him that that's his waifu. So Spider is voiced by Aoi Yuki. So Roman just admitted he's looking forward to an Aoi Yuki-based show.
Well, I used to look forward to Seven Deadly Sins until season 3, and they started editing all the blood and the horrible animation. Then it was like, well, sorry, Diane, I'm not going to be able to watch you.
Diane is the reason why I want to watch it too. Snoo Aoi Yuki.
Right. But yeah, it just turns out that I don't like her characters most of the time.
Yeah.
That's where the running joke came from.
Yeah.
Is like he'll mention a show where she's in it, like, yeah, I didn't like her. I mean, Aoi Yuki does a good job with the voices. I just don't like her character.
Yeah, no, I don't. I know. That's why I always just.
And then she like put the nail in the coffin with what's her name?
Mommy-chan.
Mommy-chan.
Oh man, that broke my heart. I'm still not feeling. And that's coming back this year too, huh?
Is it?
I want to say it is.
I know they announced it. I don't think they gave a date.
Okay. That's good because I think we have a bunch of harems coming out this year. So if you can miss one or skip one, more the merrier. Give us something to look forward to.
So yeah, I did hear that the spider was Aoi Yuki. So whatever. But I mean, I do like shooting and stuff. So and she also does Okita.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them. So I don't dislike all of her characters. Just 95% of them.
Which is unfortunate because she's in 95% of all anime that come out. But, I always say that. I say that Aoyuki is like the Dwayne Johnson of anime because that's why when they were like, oh, a couple of years, even maybe now, they say Dwayne Johnson is the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And it's like, because he never turns down a role,
Yeah.
So, of course, he's going to make more money. It's just raw numbers. If you're all over the place, you're going to get more exposure. So,
Nicolas Cage doesn't turn on a role. And he's not that.
well... They also have to seek you out to offer you a role. If they're not seeking you out, you can't take it or reject it.
Well, it's also not really his fault.
No,
because he did lose all of his money from his agent or something.
Yeah,
somebody stole all his money.
Correct.
And he just had to keep taking roles no matter how bad they were, so he can try to get his money back.
You're right. Got to pay the bills.
So I don't really blame him too much as far as the quality of his movies. He does the best he can.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you get a Wicker Man.
The bees.
Sometimes you get a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, right. Right. Two of them.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, but yeah, and I'm looking forward to the spider as well. I really am. Not just because it's Aoyuki, but I did like the couple pictures I saw of the spider. It looks pretty cute. So.
Yeah, it looks good.
And just the title alone, that sass in the title tells me that that's perfect for an Aoyuki role.
So I'm a spider, so what?
Yeah, that level of sass is just totally Aoyuki.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, it's like her whole class gets sent to this world.
Oh.
And they're all like heroes, and she ended up being a spider.
Oh, fantastic.
I also read in like the comment section of I think Twitter somewhere.
Yeah.
That the light novel kind of switches between the two.
Okay.
Like it'll go through like the heroes and what they're going through. Then it'll go back to her and give her perspective on what's going on. Then it'll go back to the heroes. But in the manga, they got rid of that. Focused only on her. And they were like, that kind of sucked because their side of the story like really matters later on because it brings up certain things that you don't see from her perspective that end up happening later in the story. So they're kind of worried they're going to do that with the anime and you're going to miss certain things. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is.
So you literally were like, so what?
Yeah, literally. So they cut out the hero. So what?
It's all like, so it's less Aoyuki. So what?
Let's see. The next one, I should have wrote down the English title to this, but I didn't see it. So I'm just going to look it up really quick.
What is it?
Mushoku Tensei Isekai Itara Honki desu.
Something about Isekai, another world. Honki is, what is that? Honki is this true, right? I think.
Jobless reincarnation. Let me see. I'm pulling it up now. Don't give me the Japanese title.
So Sachiel, we know now that it's been established that you're not particularly fond of those isekais where the titles are like 15 words, right?
Exactly.
So here goes another title where it's 15 words long.
I know, it's like you pick up like the light novel and it's like the title like takes up like 75 to 90% like of the cover. It's like, really?
Yeah. Oh man, and it's fantastic because like we're watching GDQ, right? And they often say that they play the Japanese versions of games because the text is shorter. And then you'll look at all the titles of these isekais, and it's like, how is it really shorter?
Okay, yeah.
It's like that Fiona Apple album where it's like When the Pond, but it's like a really long title and it takes up pretty much the entire cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, pretty much.
What's up? What'd you find?
Okay. Yeah, it's just jobless reincarnation. I guess he died, obviously.
Yeah.
That's usually a staple in isekai. But he was reincarnated as a baby. So he's just living
all over again. Oh, like Tanya.
Yeah, except less genocidal.
And less Aoyuki. We've come full circle.
Do 6 degrees of Aoyuki.
Yeah, exactly. I told you, man. 95% of all anime, it's like Aoyuki. It's like 95% is all Aoyuki, and then whatever's left over, that 3% is like Hayami Saori, and then the other like 2% is like Toyama Now and Ayane Sakura. It's like, there you go. There's all your anime voice actresses now.
It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man.
Okay. Redo of the healer. Yeah.
So obviously that one is making a lot of people butt hurt. Yeah. Sachiel, have you heard about that one?
Yeah, I heard about that one.
What you think?
I may watch it because it was like pretty much the same deal like when Goblin Slayer came out and like people were butthurt over that too.
Yeah, I honestly, if you wouldn't have ever said anything to me, I probably would never have seen it. But now that I know that people are super salty about this coming out, now I want to watch it.
Exactly.
Now I'm curious. I want to see what's the drama all about.
Yeah, what are they upset about?
So, is it going to be like another Shield hero? It's like, ah! And then you watch Shield hero, it's like, what? Did you just not like raccoons? What's wrong with you? You just hate raccoons and chocobos, apparently.
Raccoons are parasites.
Hey, but they're adorable, okay?
Tell Reptalia to get dewormed, and then we'll talk.
Oh, jeez! My goodness! We finally have an isekai that's not 15 words long, and Roman just, excuse the pun, trashes it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like Shield Hero. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Which started as well, right?
I didn't see that.
Okay,
actually.
Maybe not yet.
Yeah, and I didn't see it listed.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was supposed to start like right after New Year's.
Yeah, that was supposed to be coming out this year too.
Okay, maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah.
Let me see.
Saber Trash Panda.
The one we were just talking about before we started. Suppose a kid from the last Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town.
Okay, I think that one was 13 words, so maybe Sachiel can watch it. So, okay, this one was what we were talking about. I had previously heard about it. I don't know anything outside of the synopsis, but essentially, he's an NPC, and his village is like at the end of the game. He resides in that village right before the final boss dungeon. And so then all of a sudden he just goes like, you know what? I'm kind of bored here. I'm going to go move to the village at the beginning of the game. And as a result of him going from the village in front of the last dungeon to the starter town, now he's like the most OP guy there.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't know if it's a comedy or if it's serious, though. That I can't tell you. I don't know what that's all about.
It's probably a comedy.
It has to be a comedy with a premise like that.
Yeah, because like I remember like in Stick of Truth, like they made fun of that, where it's like before like the final battle, there's always like that final NPC, like that final shopkeep before the boss.
Yeah.
And they made a reference of that.
South Park was self-aware.
Yeah, this says tags are adventure and fantasy. But I'm assuming it's going to have comedy as well.
It has to. It has to.
It says he is considered weak at the other.
Right, yeah, correct. Yeah. But then in the starter town, he's like OP. You know?
So, yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
Is that this season?
Yeah, the first episode's already aired.
Oh, okay.
That aired on the 4th.
Okay.
So the next episode is going to be coming out in about a few days.
Got it.
See, I think it's pronounced Horimiya?
Yes.
Yeah. Right here. That, I always got to watch some kind of, I don't know, it looks like it's kind of a harem type show or something.
Okay.
Does it say harem on here? No, but it says romance. I always watch at least one romance.
Fair.
And this definitely has comedy in it. Comedy, romance, school, shonen, slice of life.
Good.
So we're going to be getting that shopping episode.
Oh, of course.
Can't
wait for the beach.
Right?
Yeah.
Got to look forward to the beach episode.
Or they're going to the prom.
Yeah. And I think the last one I have on here is where are you? The hidden dungeon only I can enter.
That I've heard of, but I don't know anything about it.
I think right. Yeah, this is the one. Synopsis here says, the hidden dungeon is a place of legend where rare treasures and items are hidden. Nor, the third son of an impoverished noble family who's lost the one job offer he had, was lucky enough to hear about this dungeon. He then acquires a skill that allows him to create, bestow, and edit skills. And in order to use it, he needs to accumulate points by carrying out such tasks as eating delicious meals and doing sexual things with alluring members of the opposite sex.
What the hell? What?
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, I'm like, what? We just went full Ishizoku reviewers. What happened?
Yeah, it's got the ecchi tag here.
Okay.
Action adventure, ecchi fantasy.
Okay.
I think the ecchi is what drew me in.
Well, you did say you need to watch at least one romance. Am I right?
Yeah, and I did miss ecchi. What is it? Interspecies reviewers. I did miss that. I guess now that I'm not doing reactions, I'll have time to actually watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. It earned its place in infamy. Let's say that. But as a result, like I said, I know that Sachiel and I have friends that enjoyed Peter Grill, but as a result of Ishizoku reviewers, I feel that it ruined Peter Grill. And then the fact that Zell, the elf in Ishizoku reviewers, is Subaru from ReZero just kills me. Like, that guy just doesn't care, man. He just doesn't care as a voice actor. You know, he was actually in Fate Apocrypha, too, and in Detective Waver. He was Klaus, Yigda Millennia, so Frankenstein's master from Apocrypha. And then he joins the Clock Tower in Detective Waver. Well, at the end of Apocrypha, he joins Clock Tower. And then in the beginning of Detective Waver, it's him moving into Clock Tower.
Was that the computer nerd?
The computer nerd, yeah. Nerd!
Okay. Yeah.
That's Subaru. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. I just had to ask that so I know who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen Apocrypha.
Yeah.
So that helped.
Yeah.
I remember you bringing him up when Waver was airing.
Yeah. He, it was the... I don't really want to get into this tangent, but just know I recognize him as not having any cares when it comes to doing like ecchi characters. He just doesn't care. He just goes for it. So, you know, he was also the main dude in Shimoneta. That's where I first saw him or heard his work. And then right after that, he went into ReZero, and then it was kind of like, whoa. And then Apocrypha, and then, yeah.
All the other roles.
Yeah. Zell, Detective Waver. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, that's cool. At least he's not trying to just be like, no, I'm not going to do that. That'll ruin my image.
No,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been in some H visual novels as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. He seems like the type to just do it under a pseudonym. I'm not Subaru, I'm Barasu.
Same character, dude.
So. But yeah. What else you got?
I think that's it for this season.
For this season? What about in the future? What you looking forward to? Anything in the rest of this year?
I'm sure there's other things that are going to be coming out that I missed.
Okay.
But I have My Hero Academia Season 5, which I think is next season.
Yes.
Marimashita Irumakun Season 2.
Okay.
Shaman King, which is also next season.
Mm-hmm.
Please Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro-san.
Of course.
Because I've been looking forward to that since they announced it.
So, Sachiel, unironically, that is Roman's waifu. That's why I don't make fun of him on, because that's not really a joke. That actually is true.
Okay.
So it's like Emilia and Nagatoro, those are actually Roman's waifus. Two, actually, when you analyze it too, that's really two opposite ends of the spectrum for you.
Yes. I told you, I have a wide variety of waifus.
Did you hear this fool? He just went Chad. He was like, yes. He did the side profile and everything. He's like, yeah. The beard came out. He's like, yes.
It's like I normally don't question like a person's like waifu reference. I just shake my head. I like nod my head. I'm like,
well, I mean, let's look at some of mine. Like you said, Amelia, Nagatoro, Darkness, Lum. Let me see, who else? Needle Chris.
Okay.
Oh God, what is it? Anna Senpai from
Shimoneta.
Yeah.
Nishikimaniya.
There's 6 right there.
So pretty much all the bullies.
Yeah. Except La Latina, who's bullying me. So
yeah.
So, step on her and spit in her mouth. But yeah. Okay. So there you go. If you ever make fun of Roman or try to dunk on those waifus, Roman won't stop you.
No. Especially Darkness.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
I find I like the the masochist. 2 gluttonous characters.
You know, you actually just reminded me you didn't say Saber.
Yeah, she's not my wife.
Oh.
I like Saber, but she's not. I wouldn't call her a wife.
Okay.
Which Saber though?
OG.
Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like her, but there are better characters to choose as a waifu. Like I got waifu for every class.
Okay.
In Fate, so at least 2 each class.
Okay.
But she would be towards I would think the middle of the Saber class list. Anyway, yeah. Masochist, Chuny characters. What did I say? Gluttonous characters. Tsundere characters. Very, very few yandere.
Okay.
Because Anna falls under that.
Yeah.
And I guess Toga.
Toga from
My Hero. Your favorite.
Disgusting. Oh my goodness.
He's just kidding. He loves her.
I'll have to push her off a bridge. So yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, I stopped at Please Don't Bully Me Nagatoro.
Yes.
There's a Godzilla anime coming out.
Interesting.
Although they did change the character designs for a lot of the monsters, which I'm a little disappointed by, but they do that all the time.
Is this like the sequel to the one we saw on Netflix?
No, they completely separate.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Oh, no, I was confirming like what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
No worries.
I wrote down part 2 to reincarnate it as a slime because that's in a different season.
Correct.
And
yeah,
this one that's deities and the peaceful generation. I don't know. It looked interesting, so I just added it.
Okay. Well, that's going to be later this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything for fall of next year or this year because when I would put in fall, it would just show me last season.
Okay. So they haven't really gotten that far then. Probably they just announced everything for the first 6 months of the year.
Well, this is going all the way up until summer.
Yeah.
Let me see. Winter, fall.
Yeah, winter, spring, summer.
Winter, spring, and summer is what they had.
Yeah.
So the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Well, I say the first 3, but there's only 4 seasons, so most of the year.
Yeah, and I'm sure that as we get closer to the new seasons, we'll come back and more information will be released and previews and trailers and all of that. So yeah, that list will grow for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Uzaki is probably going to come out this year too, right?
Uzaki and Rental Kanojo both were like up in the air. They just said they're coming back.
Yeah,
and Bofuri actually did the same thing too. I put all my points into defense. Please don't hurt me. Or I
Yeah.
didn't want to get hurt, so I put all my points into defense. That one ended with a season 2 or an announcement that season 2 is coming, but there was no date.
She didn't become a masochist, did she? That's what
No,
Darkness did. She put all of her points into defense.
yeah, no, quite.
But for more nefarious reasons.
Yeah, yeah. No, if any, quite the opposite. At least for the bulk of it, Maple Kaede tried to not fight people. It wasn't until like the very last story that she was like, okay, now I got to go on offense because they're not expecting that. So it was an actual story point up until that happened where she didn't become an attacker.
Okay.
Or I should say, seek out fights to put herself in danger until the very end.
Speaking of
Yeah, because like I saw her character design, it's like, oh, she's like Mashu. Okay.
Correct.
Yep. Speaking of masochist characters, what was that anime with the dude that wanted to open a pet shop?
Oh, Kimono Michi.
Yeah, the princess in that.
Oh, Carmilla.
No, not Carmilla. The princess, the one that summoned him.
Princess shows her underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she became a masochist.
Oh, jeez.
Towards the end, when she got into the wrestling and everybody was like staring at her and she was like getting all like excited because of it. Yeah, she jumped up on my waifu list for that series because of that. And it only took 2 episodes.
Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. Roman has a type.
Yes.
Apparently.
Oh,
I don't know what started me down this love for masochists.
Anna.
No, Anna was yandere. I considered her more yandere.
Okay.
I know Darkness was one of them. But I'm sure that, oh god.
Because they didn't, Shimonetta and Konosuba didn't come out that far apart from each other. Like within 6 months, I want to say, season 1 of Konosuba came after.
Yeah, but it took me a few years after it was released for me to watch Konosuba.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even know how I got started into Konosuba. I just watched it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I did it for the channel, so. Yeah. But anyway, so that's everything that I'm looking forward to so far throughout the year.
Right, yeah. Like I said, all our lists, I'm sure, will grow and expand. There might even be some announcements that haven't been made yet, so.
Yeah. And I don't really have any games because I haven't really kept up with any video games in a while. I haven't been able to play any, except for mobile games. Which I guess if you want to count it as looking forward to, Princess Connect.
Yes.
So, yeah. There you go.
Sachiel, what you got? What you looking forward to this year? 2021, glorious new year, new adventures. What you looking forward to?
Let's see. So just to kind of like establish like my taste of anime, because it's mostly because of my job, because being QA and suffering. So I'm usually always busy, like Monday through Friday. So I don't really get a lot of time to really like watch a lot of the new stuff. So normally, like when I do get to watch a show, it's like months or years after, and I just binge watch it. So, but to cover current season, so this is a show that I've also have read the manga for. So I was really excited when they announced the anime adaptation for this. It's Cells at Work Black.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like Cells at Work, but it's kind of like gender reversal. So like for red blood cells a guy and white blood cells a girl, and it's pretty much like them being in a body it's pretty much like a rundown body. So it's like this person, like they smoke and they drink, they're under a lot of stress, so they show what happens in the body during when those things happen and how they react. So it's like pretty much like everybody's like working like overtime, like around the clock. So it's more darker in tone, and it's a little bit more interesting for me because the original Cells at Work, it's more wholesome.
Yeah.
But Black is like really depressing. So to kind of see it in that perspective, like really got me really excited. So the first episode actually premiered yesterday at the time of this podcast recording, so
Yeah.
I was able to catch that. And another show that I was watching, because I sometimes try to watch a show or a couple of shows that I don't normally watch, like outside of the genres I normally watch, just to kind of broaden my horizons a bit. It's a show called Scar the Praetor. The Japanese name is Project Scarred Praetor no Kisu.
Okay.
So this show is produced by Gohans, and they're known for the anime series K and Marduk Scramble.
Well, I've heard of K.
Yeah, so it's like action adventure sci-fi type of show. So this show actually premiered today. But the weird thing about this particular show too is like it's like those show exclusives. So like you have a Netflix exclusive. So for this show, as far as I know, unless it changes, as a Funimation exclusive. So you can only watch it on the Funimation streaming service. So for this show, pretty much the premise is that you have these characters that have like these divine tattoos that are they possess like divine beasts. So like one character has Cerberus, so they'll like summon Cerberus, and like the characters, they're like in this kind of like a more of a like rundown part of Tokyo, so they're always like in constant war and fights and everything. So we have like the main character, he runs into like pretty much like the badass character, you know, and then like he pretty much like passes the torch to him. So but because it's the first episode, I don't really know like how I feel about the show so far. It's one of those shows where if I watch a few more episodes, then I might get a better feel like if it's a show that I'm going to commit to or not.
Right.
So, but we'll see. Like, the animation is actually pretty nice. Like, you have where it's kind of like pre-rendered, almost like 3D like backdrops. It's kind of neat. And then as far as like future shows that are coming out, well, actually, let me go back to current shows that I may be watching a little bit later, but not currently. So, of course, Cells at Work Season 2. That's coming. That just premiered as well, so I'm gonna be watching that.
I was gonna ask you if you were gonna watch just plain old Cells at Work.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Got to bring down the depressing. Cells at Work Black.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because obviously I think everyone on this recording is gonna be watching both Cells at Works, but how, without I guess overdoing it, how bad does Black get in your opinion?
It gets really dark.
Okay.
As far as I've read of the manga,
Okay.
it gets pretty dark.
All right.
Because the body they're in, it's like this person is just wrecking their body, and it's like it just gets really, really depressing really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take your advice, and I'm actually for this season I'm gonna watch Black first, then I'm gonna watch regular season 2.
Yeah, it's like watch that and then watch season 2 of Eurocamp.
Yeah. I don't want to end my night on Black. That's for sure.
And then like one show that is coming back, I believe it's premiering later this month, is season 3 of Log Horizon.
Yeah. That's
So that one I'm really interested in. It's it's an isekai show, but it's done in a way that if you've never played MMORPGs, they actually go out of the way to explain to you like mechanics and like other things that go on in the games, which I think is really great. Without talking down to the viewer too much. So like after what happened like with the writer and everything, so seeing that season 3 is coming out is also really exciting for me as well. So and Roman, since you mentioned Redo of Healer, I want to watch that now. So it's like now I'm excited. That's like now I'm excited like to watch it. So
I gotta ask you. You had a really clever nickname for Log Horizon. What did you call it again in Discord? What did you call it?
It was like cylindrical, wood piece. And I was like, oh god, I'm trying to remember now.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. It was pretty good. It was really good. I had to give you props for that.
Oh, cylindrical wood piece at Earth and Sky intersection.
There you go. I was like, it took me a minute. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I scrolled up and I was like, oh, haha, clever. Oh, you got jokes, I see. All right. See, and this was before you said that you're up to date on the show. I didn't know that you were a fan of Log Horizon, so that's why I just thought you were being witty. And I was all like, oh, okay, ha ha ha. And now I'm like, oh, Sachiel actually likes it. Never mind. That's why. It wasn't random. This was planned out. I see.
It was strategic.
It was strategically placed. Yes. But yeah.
Yeah. So that covers shows for this season. So for shows coming up, they haven't announced an actual date for this show. They just said, oh, it's coming out sometime this year in 2021. Is the anime adaptation of The Way of the House Husband.
Oh yeah, that was coming out.
Yeah, it's the Netflix exclusive though.
Netflix.
So yeah, so I don't know like if they're gonna do the thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna release the whole season in one batch, like what they did like for like Beastars and like I think they also did that for the Fate Extra as well too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they usually wait until the season is done.
Mm-hmm.
Like after everything's aired in Japan, then they release it.
Yeah, I think that's
so. You have to wait. You have to wait till the next season before you get to watch it.
Yeah.
Or you could do what I do and just download
it. Now that's the one about the Yakuza guy, right? That becomes the house husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring up the good timing because right now they're running Yakuza 6 on GDQ. Well, until he was having technical issues. As of we're recording, he was in the middle of Yakuza 6, but he was kind of lagging. But yeah, the rugby baby cutscene. I don't know what that means, but yeah, this seems to be a good moment for being a Yakuza.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know anything much about the house husband thing. I know that he was a former Yakuza that now is being like getting into domestication and all of that. But from the snippets and the memes I've seen, it seems pretty good.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a former Yakuza member that becomes the house husband to support his wife, who is a career woman. So it's kind of like the hijinks of like what goes on, like him being more domesticated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the manga is like excellent. It is so much fun. I love the manga so much. Like I'm up to volume 4 right now of the English release. It's great.
that has an official license or the manga.
Yeah, so the manga it's released by Viz through their signature series.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know which studio is animating it? It's okay if you don't, but yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Okay, no worries.
I can look it up.
Okay. Roman's gonna check it out. I'm curious because it looked pretty spot on from the preview poster that they put out or the teaser shot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's the manga.
Yes.
Where's the anime?
Apparently, they also have a live-action version of it too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, which I have not watched yet, but I am curious.
JC Staff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Those guys that ruined One Punch Man.
Oh, is that them?
Yeah, that's them.
I mean, I didn't think they ruined it, but whatever.
I know, right? I'm with you. That was like a couple of years ago when we were doing season 2 of One Punch Man, and Roman and I would be like, "What's all the hate?" just whatever. But yeah.
Just that it was a madhouse, so whatever. Back to your list.
All right. So other than that, so for games, so the remake of Nier Replicant is coming out in April, so I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Mm.
And you just dropped that clip or that video that made waves like last week about they finally found the last secret in the game, the debug room or the debug menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And I actually watched the video too, where the Japanese player said, "Oh yeah, that motion you're doing on the controller is the Platinum Games symbol, or logo," and I was all like, "Wow,
yeah,
wow." I don't. So I'm not necessarily particular for. So I basically I'm a hack and slash beat 'em up guy. I grew up on Double Dragon essentially. And then Final Fight and all that. And that's why, I'm obsessed with Muso games. That's me personally. So that's why Devil May Cry has such a huge impact on me, because it's kind of like my childhood fused with my adulthood love for over-the-top 80s action movies. That's why I love Dante, because he's such a jabroni with his stupid corny one-liners and everything. But then, you can't mess with them. You can't take them down. And so I am a Bayonetta fan, and I think that it's hugely ironic that we've gotten 2 versions of Devil May Cry 5 before one Bayonetta 3. So, but when it comes down to it, yeah, I'm a Dante guy. I'm Dante over Bayonetta through and through. And that's not even saying that I don't have anything against Bayonetta, because I do like Bayonetta. I don't know, I have this adoration for the original. And this is basically why I loved Automata so much. I have Nier on PS3, the American one. So it was the one that was Gestalt, right? That's the one we got in the States? Yeah. So I got the super premium over the top stupid box edition from the Square Enix store. It's going to be like $250, and I'm just going to be like, oh, sweet. I'm going to open it like a box of cereal just to take the game out and throw the rest of the stuff away. So I am gonna get it, because it is a big moment, because without Gestalt and Replicant we wouldn't have Automata. So I get it. And I actually do have Drakengard as well. The only one I don't have is Drakengard 3, because I could have sworn, wasn't there a Drakengard 3 collector's edition? Or only
I don't remember.
Okay, I wasn't able to find one, so that's why I never got 3, because I was just kind of waiting. But I think I might just get Drakengard 3 just to complete the collection. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I am looking forward to Nier, to Gestalt and all of that, or whatever the hell they call it in binary, 110110010010.
Don't make fun of me, Grandma.
Oh, my bad. My bad. So yeah, that's that should be a good one. And that one though that's going to be Square though, because I don't think they're bringing in Platinum Games again, correct?
Yeah, it's Square, if I remember.
Yeah, I think I still have a strategy guide for Gestalt lying around here, so if I find it, you can have it.
Okay.
The original. But yeah, no, that's going to be a good one. That's definitely going to be a good one.
And then I just recently downloaded the demo for Monster Hunter Rise. I haven't played it yet. I'm planning to play it this weekend. So that's another game that I'm interested in. And that's coming out for the Switch. So it'll be like the second Monster Hunter game coming out on Switch after Generations Ultimate. Yeah.
Now, is this a standalone game or is it DLC?
This is a standalone game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have World, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, all right.
Because Monster Hunter World is its own standalone thing, so Monster Hunter Rise is its own standalone thing as well, but for the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did share the article to the page, and so when I was flipping through it, though, my understanding was I thought it was DLC to World. So if it's a standalone game, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you see, like, World, and then you see, what is it, Frostborn?
Iceborne.
Frostborn. Iceborne. and Snowborn. And, they're massive games, so I'm just like, how would you fit that on the Switch?
We just did.
Yeah, they just made a whole new game, and they were like, there you go, problem solved. You get a Monster Hunter. Xbox gets a Monster Hunter. PC gets a Monster Hunter. So there you go.
Thank you, Oprah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm really interested in the new mechanics that they're doing for this game. So they're having it where, because in previous Monster Hunter games, like you can mount the monsters, as in like you attack them to a certain point where you mount them and you can like weaken them even more.
Okay.
What they did in Monster Hunter World is that you can control like where the monster goes while you have it mounted, so you can like turn it to where it's facing a wall, and you can like give it a good smack, and it'll like rebound off the wall. If really skilled players have it where it's like if there's two monsters, you have it where the two monsters just like bonk against each other and they fall over.
Nice.
So what they did for Rise is that when you mount the monster, you can actually ride it and like you can control it like to fight. So I guess to make a comparison, there's a other Monster Hunter game called Monster Hunter Stories, like for the 3DS, where it's like you can like ride the monsters and have them fight for you. So it's kind of like similar in that concept, and also like of course like your cat companion comes back, but you also get kind of like a wolf kind of like dog companion that also fights along with you. And like they made a big deal like how the meme is now. It's like, oh, you can pet the dog in this game. So it's like, oh, you can pet the dog in Monster Hunter Rise. So they did a clip of you like petting the dog and stuff, which is really funny.
So
sorry,
I gotta ask you, Sachiel, what kind of knees are these?
What kind of knees are these?
Yeah.
In terms of what?
It was a Monster Hunter movie joke. Ha ha ha!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard the movie's bad, so.
Because it didn't. All I heard was that it didn't last in China past the weekend. Like 24 hours was all it took to just go down and out. And you know, like I said this in the Discord that with the Mortal Kombat movie when CinemaSins did their review on Mortal Kombat and they gave a Sin just to directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Wow.
So that was all it took was they rolled the credits and then Paul W.S. Anderson. Bing! So
pretty much.
Yeah, that was very appropriate. Very appropriate.
Which is funny because, like, a lot of people were saying, it's like, I'm just going to watch the movie anyway because I get to see the monsters on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't hide the fact of, like, just the premise of the movie itself is terrible. Like, this military group that just ends up in this other world and they're fighting the monsters, like, with military equipment.
Yeah.
And it's just, no, and then, like, the characters are like using bone weapons, like the basic beginner weapons you start the game with. It's like, no.
Oh, I'm sure that you fans that have gotten the franchise to Monster Hunter World are just pulling your hair out. Like, what are you doing?
And then it's like they give like Artemis, like Mila Jovovich's character, like dual blades, which is like the noob weapon. You know?
Okay, that's what I was using when I was playing. But to be fair, you are correct. I didn't get too far. Now I know why. Okay.
Outed yourself as a noob.
I did. Yeah, I did.
I've never played, so I can't be a noob.
Yeah. No, I honestly, and when you think, well, the premise to me, it was just basically like Paul W.S. Anderson, bing! He's going into that meeting, that creative meeting, and he's just like, look, guys, check this out. Monster Hunter, right? What if we took the Predator and put him in Monster Hunter? And then they were like, brilliant, Paul, make it so. And it didn't really pan out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was funny, too, because, like, for Monster Hunter World, like, it's like, they'll sometimes do like crossover events, and like how they did a crossover event for The Witcher. They did like a crossover event for like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So for this time, like, to promote the movie, they did a crossover event for like Monster Hunter the game, crossover Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty much like you play as Artemis and you're fighting like a souped up version of I want to say Rathian. I think it's a souped up version of Rathian.
Yeah, I think so.
I could be wrong.
I think so.
And you also fight Black Diablos. So it's pretty much you're just fighting them as her, blah blah blah, and then like you get to unlock her armor set. So that's like pretty much what the crossover is. So to promote the movie, so it's like okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because I remember when I was at Evo Japan, and after Street Fighter Grand Finals, they did that. They were like, "Oh yeah, it's the Street Fighter crossover," and they showed Ryu and Sakura with a minigun, and everybody was laughing. I was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
They even have a Dante armor set too. You get like this emote, like with the ebony and ivory.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
yeah. I remember that. I remember the Devil May Cry crossover as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then now we went from Dante to Mila Jovovich.
Pretty much.
Oh man. Hey, I have to admit, I was wondering at a certain point, just randomly, like, dude, what is she doing, or what's she been up to? I guess it was because I was just, people like Carcinogen and Bok Bok Soup. We're gonna talk about GDQ for a bit later on, but yeah, those guys play horror games and all that, and it just kind of came up. It's like, what's Mila Jovovich doing these days? Oh, or her husband's getting her roles. Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nepotism rules.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So moving on to there's one other game that I'm looking forward to this year is the upcoming Kill F-15.
Which one? Explain.
So pretty much what SNK is doing is like since 14 they switch KOF from like the standard like hand drawn 2D sprites to 3D. So it's kind of like Maximum Impact, but not looking cheapy like Maximum Impact. So what they did is like it's looking like going by the teaser trailer because they didn't really show like a lot of gameplay. It's just like, oh hey, we're making the new King of Fighters game. More info to come soon. So it's looking like they're going kind of like more of that style of Samurai Showdown, but without that like that really like sketchy like brush filter.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. Like Mai looks fantastic. Kyo looks fantastic. Like everybody like they showed in the teaser trailer looks fantastic. I can't wait. So
So it's KOF 15 then, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. I heard for some reason F-15. I was like, is this supposed to be an air fighter game? It's like, no, KOF, yeah, no. You mentioned a game that I was looking forward to too, so you just basically summarized it. But yeah. It was like basically like PS4 Street Fighter 4 graphics. That's what it reminded me of. That airbrush over the cell shading kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm hype. And I know that earlier today they also announced the new Samurai Showdown characters and Hibiki from Last Blade 2 because why not?
Yes.
So okay. Yeah, I think SNK is on a roll. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And in a year where I personally don't have a whole lot of games to look forward to, KOF 15 is one that I'm personally excited for too. So
yeah, and then like if other games pop up too, like later on down the road, like I'll say like which ones like that I'm hyped for and ones I'm just gonna like kind of like gloss over. So yeah, because it's like I'm pretty much happy like somewhat of a backlog right now. I mean, aside from me playing Animal Crossing, which is like the game that saved 2020 pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like I've been trying to finish up Ghost of Tsushima. because I'm pretty much at that point where it's like I can finish the game, but I get sidetracked with other stuff.
Yeah.
Because Yakuza Like a Dragon came out like near the end of the year, so I got sidetracked from that. And I was playing that for a little bit, so it's like I gotta get my priorities straight. I gotta complete like Jin's Bizarre Adventure first before I go into Ichiban's Bizarre Adventure.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Ichiban's Dragon Quest Adventure.
Yes.
Right on.
Yes.
Right
So
on.
that's pretty much my list for this year. So.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. Well,
It's your turn now.
my turn. I mean, you guys pretty much took out half my list. So, and in terms of shows coming out this year, I know that there's like a bunch of shows that I will just kind of like be popping up as I stumble across them because I don't even remember now. But I'm with you guys on Cells at Work, ReZero, Nagatoro, Slime. But other ones that stood out to me was Promised Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
So that one caught me off guard. And it was one of those like, oh, it's not what you think it is shows. And so then I just kind of like jumped in on it. And now I'm like, Mama did nothing wrong. Mama's MILF of the year. I don't care what you say.
I don't trust your they did nothing wrong characters. You seem to pick some bad ones.
Did nothing wrong. You can take that to the bank. I don't know if that's this season though, but I did hear it kind of slows down. That the prison break was basically the big like of the show, and now it's kind of gonna slow down for a bit because I guess now they're world building. That's what I heard that they're going to be doing now in the second season and moving forward for a bit. But nonetheless, I'm curious because the first season it wasn't something that I normally go towards, but because the way I feel is that a lot of people that make these recommendations on like horror based stuff are just kind of like they're in it for the gore or for the in this instance seeing children get mutilated.
Well, that's why I watched Made in Abyss.
See, there you go. Thank you.
Like watching more for the shock value than anything.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like you don't want the kids to succeed. You just want to see them get beaten up, and you're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's terrible. That's horrible. But this one, it was engaging. It was definitely interesting. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't follow much media on it, unintentionally, mind you. People just don't like to spoil it, all the Facebook pages and memes and everything. I can't recall anything, so I really don't know what to expect, but it's something that when it does pop up, I am going to be watching it, and I'll probably be saying the same thing too. Mama did nothing wrong, etc., etc. And I know the live action, I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I know it was in production, and I think it's going to Netflix.
Of course it is.
Because just like Kakegurui.
Cowboy Bebop.
But yeah, so that's something on my radar for sure. Also, even though I wasn't the biggest super fan, obviously World Ends With You. So now, I didn't finish the game, I'm not gonna lie. But God, I barely finished Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I didn't even touch 3. And I didn't touch any of those filler games. I do know that 365 over 2, Dream Drop Distance was basically World Ends With You Part 2. But other than that, that's why I'm like, okay, let me see what they do with the anime. And what's funny is that I don't think that World Ends With You has ever been run at a GDQ yet. So, we'll see. That's one that's definitely on my radar, though. Next up, I got Zombieland Saga. I mean, they had to take a break for like the last year and a half because they all went on tour. So all the girls were actually doing concerts and whatnot. I don't know what they were doing last year. I want to say that they were still recording in some capacity, but at least in 2019, they were on tour. Everyone except Mitsubishi Kotono, Mitsubishi Kotono is, Sailor Moon, the OG Sailor Moon, and she came back for Sailor Moon Crystal and was still Sailor Moon. and then obviously Misato in Evangelion.
Mm-hmm.
And she played Tai in Zombieland Saga, and the joke is that she's this legendary voice actress, but she doesn't speak. She just groans and moans. And they were like, they probably paid her a bunch of money, or she did it ridiculously cheap. And they were like, you're not going to actually use any of your vocal range. Just groan and moan. And she didn't go on tour with the girls either, but, yeah. And then, of course, oh man. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I'm drawing blanks right now.
Yeah, because like she also did the voice of Excel in Excel Saga.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, she's incredibly legendary voice actress. It would be on the Mount Rushmore of voice actors. But the joke was that, we're gonna put you in this show and not have you say anything. And it wasn't, somebody said it. And I was all like, okay, that's probably a meme, right? And then one of like the Seiyu pages, they were like, oh yeah, that's actually Mitsubishi Kitano. Did you know? And it was like, well, damn. So, yeah. So, and then of course, obviously, producer's son is Bedivere. So there you go. So. And I think that was the role. Producer's son was the role that made me fall in love with him as a voice actor, because he also is Dr. Pepper in Steins Gate. Dr. Pepper. And I was like, oh, hey, okay, whatever, right? Mamoru Miyano, thank you. Mamo-chan, as our friend likes to call him. Mamo-chan. And so and he's Bedivere, and Jekyll, and Sanson in FGO. And he's dude, I'm so happy he's about to be the main character in Camelot. I was like, at the very least, can we make him the main character? Yes, he's the main character. All right. That sucks. Rowan a hater, man. Listen to this guy. But yeah, Mamoru Miyano is producer's son, and what made me just give him the most respect is, I think it was like the second or third episode? I think it was the third episode, after they regained their consciousness and after the rap episode, when he took that French bread, that loaf of French bread, and smacked the hell out of her with it. And so she grabs the French bread out of his hand, slaps him back, and he's just like, they do the whole slow-mo. And I died. I absolutely died. And I was like, Mamoru Miyano, you're my man. You're my boy now. You my boy. You my boy. we be slapping high school zombie girls around here with French bread. We don't give any fucks. We're doing it. We're doing it live. And he was doing that. It was supposed to be a motivational meeting. And he just slaps her with the French bread. And she takes and slaps him back. And I was like dead. Like done. And as a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it too, I remind you that this is the same animation studio as well from Jujutsu Kaisen and God of High School. Studio Mappa. So that's why when I heard that Studio Mappa was doing all these action shows, I was like, what? So yeah. Zombieland Saga is gonna be great. And as a result, I'm now on the stupid sexy Mamoru Miyano train. So yeah. Man, other than that, I got there's a Wotakoi sequel coming out, which I believe is a movie, and it's a spin-off, so it's not going to have the OG characters. But I need to go watch the movie too. I think it was the live-action movie too, because Wotakoi also was like Roman. I need to have at least one romance, right? But it's just the fact that there's so many inside jokes about weeb nerd culture, and so it's like that and Sugita and oh man. Just when you have too many voice actors' names, Sawayuki, Mordred, Sugita, and Sawasuki. I'm gonna say Kawasumi. But yeah, they just have so much chemistry in it, and the two main characters, Sawashiro, and Sugita. They just had too much chemistry as the two veteran voice actors. And the two main characters were actually relatively new. As a matter of fact, I think it was their debut roles, the two main characters. and then they were just kind of like in the background being supported by Sawashiro and Sugita, and I was just kind of like, okay, that's great. And the Wotakoi season 1 came out the same year as Aho Girl, and I was thinking that Aoyuki and Sugita was like my OTP. And then I saw Sawashiro and Sugita, and I was like, I changed my mind. Friendship with Aoyuki ended. Now Sugita and Sawashiro are OTP. So,
see, I like dumb Aoyuki. She was fun.
Dumb Aoi. Yeah, dumb Aoyuki. But yeah. So that I don't even know if they're in there though. I don't know what the premise. I think it's a whole new cast, but the premise is still the same. So we'll be definitely looking into that. And then I guess the only one for now for me, and I'm sure that there's more because what do we got? We got like I think Bokuben is coming out too. Like the next one of We Never Learn. I want to say probably other stuff.
No, they finished. Season 2 was the final one.
But they're not making any more. They're not animating more.
No, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, say that. So I'm just gonna have to just keep my eyes open then.
So I remember the last episode did a time skip and they finished it off.
Well, they didn't end it at least according to the manga, though.
Well, the manga did its own thing. Did a thing where it just
actually
showed where he went with what was it? What's her name? Yeah. And then he did a route for the other girls.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was basically what he did for the manga, and that just ended I think last month.
Right. Yeah, he wrapped it up because he saw that Quintuplets also was wrapping up, so he's like, "Me too." Yeah.
Remember me?
Yeah.
Me too.
Don't remember that's an actual discussion in the Discord right now. Is Quintuplets versus Bokuben, and it's like, I mean, I like both for different reasons, but the premise is still the same. Your harem is dumb. Educate them. So, but yeah.
Only one is just stupid all around, and the other they're good at something. They're just not good at what they want to do.
Yeah. You're not wrong. So I am looking forward to quintuplets. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty. Even though my girl, I'm sure gets absolutely destroyed and obliterated, but that's okay. She's still the winner of my heart. So
gotta win something, right?
Yeah. Participation trophies count. Damn it.
It's like everybody needs to have a hobby.
Yeah. The last thing in terms of shows that I got is just the Fate stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't finish Tsukihime. That's what I was asking. I was like, is it worth it for me to go back and finish it, or should I just wait at this point?
I guess it depends. Like, which routes you've completed.
The anime.
Oh, for the anime. Oh, okay. So my feeling for the anime, because I've actually watched it completely through, and I was disappointed in it. Frankly, because of just how when they do the fight scenes, it's just pretty much a flash, and then the fight's over. It's like, okay. And also, like, for the anime, it's going for Arcwade's route. So it's pretty much, it hits, like, the keynotes for Arcwade's route. So there's that. As far as the visual novel, Mirror Moon's translation is actually pretty good. Like, because I remember sharing you this, where Otaku Daikun is... he's currently streaming Arcade's Route for charity. So
and you said it was going to be VODs and yeah on the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have time for the whole visual novel. That's why I was like, oh, I can just cheat my way out of it and watch the anime. But now if you're telling me the anime is not even worth it, it's like
I mean, like, he also did a lore video for Tsukihime. Like, I mean, you can like watch that too.
Yeah.
Because like he goes over not only like the main visual novel, but also like the spin-off stuff too. So.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have some time. See if I can squeeze it in. Either watch the YouTube VODs or I'll
just play the visual novel.
She played Vision on. You know what I was gonna say? I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna go up there and start putting all these like combo videos for the fighting game, dude. And it's not like y'all remember that Shiki Kano Kyokai is in there too, right? It's like her and her brother, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. Yeah, and so regular like male Shiki and then female Shiki are in there. Then female Shiki's brother from Kano no Kyokai are all in there. And they were like, what is it? They came in at like the last update, I believe. This is like the third mix or whatever. That's when they were just like, fuck it, we're just gonna put him in there.
Yeah.
So, and I remember that because when Kano no Kyokai came out, I went and was looking at the VODs, or the combo videos and all that, because unfortunately, I don't think she's top tier, and I don't know why. But yeah, that sucks. So I don't even know. It's like Shion is like top tier, even though she's a huge nerd in FGO. They turned her into a huge nerd, but every time I see Shion, I just think of the Back Alley Alliance.
Yes.
So, yeah, exactly.
Back Alley Alliance?
From the Carnival Phantasm.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, really? Really? Maybe we need to do. Maybe that's what our next view party is going to be. Maybe our next view party is going to be Carnival Phantasm for Roman.
Oh, it's so great. It's pretty much like the whole show is so self-aware of itself. Kind of like like learning through manga with FGO.
Yeah.
It's great because like it covers like Fate and Tsukihime and all that. So it's really fun. And then of course like for all the Artoria fans, like Artoria has her own episode.
I've only seen like 2 parts.
Okay.
One is Saber Lion, and the other one is where she turns into Saber Alter and basically bullies Gilgamesh at the bar, the same place he's working at.
That was a recreation of Roman, actually. Step on me, bully. Actually, that was when I saw Maid Alter. That's honestly where I thought they got the inspiration from, because I used to call her a bitch saber or saber bitch. And when I just look at it, I was just like, oh yeah, it's Maid Alter, right? And it's kind of, but yeah, that was actually one of my favorite moments. And I'm not a fan of either of those characters, but that's when I was like, all right, I guess I'll get bitch Alter. Why not? But I think obviously the S rank moment for me was Nero. And like Sachiel said, it was self-aware because they made a Fate Extra joke in it. But yeah, this was 2011 too, and I was like, eee! But outside of that, I think my set S rank, Maid Alter was probably B plus rank, and if I were to say my A rank, would probably be Rin versus the Blu-ray recorder.
Yes.
I think that right there was my moment. I think. Yeah.
For me, it was like when Ilya like sends Berserker on on an errand.
Oh my god! Did you see the music video of that from Disney's Hercules?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was at Fanime, right? Or was that AX that they made that for? What AMV hell? I don't remember. And I don't. Yeah, if you don't know, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made that for one of those AMV hells, and I was like, all right, this is too good. Yeah, no, well, okay. I think we're settled. I think we know what we're doing for the next viewing party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the things that if this is why I call it the Nasu cinematic universe, because just like the MCU, if you've watched all the other things, you can catch the little tidbits, the little references, the little Easter eggs, and this was kind of like a celebration of all of that, because there was even though Fate Zero was like it had just ended, it had just ended, right? Part 2 had just ended.
Right, I think so, yeah.
So there was like a moment at the very end where you actually saw Kiritsugu, Edisfield, and Ilya all together for a brief moment. But yeah, and then obviously the little extra cameo at the very end. Um, it's one of those things where it just parodies itself. You know what? I take that back. There's I squeeze in a third moment in there. Emiya and Shiki's date.
Yes.
That. All I'm gonna say is Sakura and the worms fucking got me. That got me, and I was all like, "You tell him, Sakura." I think that might have been the closest moment because I'm not like a huge Sakura fan, but I adore her. She's okay. She's all right. She has her moments, and I think that right there was pretty much prime Sakura right there because she's got kind of a sadistic nature to her. She's a little freak sometimes. That whole like senpai, So yeah, I think Roman might be on the right track by just going tsundere. They don't have anything to hide.
Oh God! What? Like watch like when she becomes Dark Sakura, like in Heaven's Feel. Oh my God!
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's when what's it like? Fit hits the shan.
Fair enough. I was gonna make a comment that I would have loved to, but they canceled my screening. So.
No, I know, right? So like now I gotta wait for the Blu-ray.
Right. And I mentioned this to Roman. I don't know if we recorded it or not, but essentially that's going to be like one of the few moments I ever buy a Blu-ray is when they do like, the ultimate trilogy edition, $250 premium printed on actual worms edition. Then I'll probably buy that one. That's what I'll buy. Yeah. When it's actually the disc is actually a command seal. Yeah. Yeah. And then the second time will be the Tanya movie, but yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
On Blu-ray yet?
I want to say it has because the movie is almost 2 years old now, but Crunchyroll has it. That's why I don't know if they've bothered to print it. So that I've got to go look it up.
Holding on to that like Konosuba.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, and I guess to summarize too, if Roman, if you liked what you saw on the Fate Grand Carnival, it's literally more of that, except that Grand Order, and that's basically what it feels like they've been building up to. Type Moon is to just have Grand Order, which is just everything Nasu Cinematic Universe under one house, essentially. And that's why everyone always says that. They were like, why don't they do any collabs? And it's like, they have enough material to collab with themselves.
Pretty much.
At some point, that's why Nasu said, he's like, yo, I kind of want to cut out and go, do some stuff. And that's why I think he's feeling it. Because, he said after Lost Belt, he's out of ideas, essentially. And they even, he's prepping his successor because he's kind of feeling it. So he wants to go expand his Nasu Cinematic Universe some more, which in turn is just going to, get either pulled into FGO or what becomes FGO 2 or whatever they decide to call it.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, FGO 2, Electric Boogaloo, or Electric Gotchaloo, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's like becoming like Kojima. It's like you don't have to make any more Metal Gear games anymore.
Oh man. I always bring up the Outer Heaven Network guys, and they always, because they're huge Kojima guys, and they always bring it up, and they're like, "Oh, Metal Gear 4 was his midlife crisis." I could just imagine it being like, them. It's like, also like Sakaguchi on the Mega 64 video. Everything's dead. Everything sucks. The world is destroyed. The Holy Grail is on the moon. Everybody lives on the Matrix. And there's one girl who's pure. Her name is Sakura. And she gets infected by a whore named BB. Oh my god, it's the greatest work. Oh, everyone loves CCC. Oh my god, it's so great. It's so great. We can't even put it out domestically. I'm sorry, internationally. Oh my god, do another. Yeah, I can't wait for Extra. I can't wait for Extra. And I said that when they did the Extra teaser, and I was all like, when you compare the way everyone looked in Extra compared to how they were portrayed in GO, I was like, they're nerfed. They got nerfed. like Robin Hood, like he shoots the little tree, and it was all like, bruh, his noble phantasm was Sherwood Forest. You literally can't escape, and you're being poisoned to death. I was all like, what is it? This is a joke. This is a joke. So, and same thing with like nursery rhyme. Now they're starting to make a joke about like how she's utterly terrifying, and it was like the reality marble in Fate Extra with Alice and nursery rhyme. I was like, yo, it's gonna be some trippy shit. So I have, like I said this too, I think in the Discord, that I have high hopes considering that Type Moon poached that guy from Dragon Quest. So I was all like, keep in mind, they poached him from Dragon Quest, not Final Fantasy. I wanted to make that distinction. They could have gotten him. They could have gotten him from Tales of, or they could have gotten him from Final Fantasy. They're like, nah, we want Dragon Quest. So I have confidence in the Fate Extra remake. So yeah. Even the way like they did the Drake fight, I thought was pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And any opportunity for me to punch Gawain in his stupid face, I'm going to take it. So. So yeah. So I guess also about Fate Carnival, it makes me hopeful that we'll get Gudako in the Solomon OVA. So I'm still holding faith. So
I don't think they're going to do that, since it's just a continuation of Babylonia, and they already had what's his name in it.
You don't know that. It could change.
I don't think so.
You don't know that. I'm gonna
I mean, if you want to set yourself up for disappointment already, then you can go ahead and do that. But
let me just be disappointed.
I'm not going to have any expectations.
Let me just be disappointed.
Which is what I've told you before. I have no expectations of anything.
Yeah. So, I just that whole like the Gudako moment where she was just eating the Mount of Prisms, I was like, yeah.
And that one rare prism.
Yeah. We call that one the Steno.
For me, I call that Astolfo.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I've gone to like 8 Astolfos. I think you're about right.
You don't like Best Girl?
What am I going to do with 8 of them?
I'm pretty sure Fujimaru will come up with a bunch of things for you to do with 8 of them.
Gay Dow.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. In terms of the shows and stuff that I'm looking forward to. Obviously the Demon Slayer movie. That if it ever, I don't know. At this rate, I think it's just gonna go straight to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of games, like you said, KOF King of Fighters, and the ReZero visual novel that's coming out, and it has Amamiya Sora, so Aqua, so that'll be fun. Hopefully it's I say hopefully that Badasu doesn't get brutally destroyed, but I mean, he just got eaten by rabbits. I don't think we can go any further than that, or worse than that. So I think in this instance, Roman is right. Don't have any expectations or hopes because he always seems to get the worst of it. But yeah. Yeah. And then I guess outside of that, like I said, I did want to touch on GDQ because I've said this in the Discord multiple times. Basically, whenever these things happen, everything ceases for me. I don't watch anything on YouTube. I don't watch any anime. I don't watch anything, just because I want to be there when I see all the memes or Dreams Die live, and that's why I live for that. But there's actually it's been relatively drama free in this week's GDQ, and quite the opposite. Like I'm pretty sure we all enjoyed that Devil May Cry 3 run. That was pretty funny. And I was actually that dude's been streaming as well. Was it Waifu something? I followed his stream after the run, and yeah, he's basically the way he is, and yeah. So, but that dude that keeps doing commentary for the Devil May Cry games, where he was basically talking about Nero's Bankai adventures and all that. He's got to get the One Piece to rescue his waifu. I was dying, absolutely dying. Did you watch it? Did you watch the Devil May Cry 3 play? on I think it was
I
Wednesday.
haven't yet.
Okay. He basically, at some point we were talking about Virgil basically pirates anime. And then they were like, Virgil seems like the type that he would pirate anime, and then everybody was like, no. Everyone knows he would just take Dante's Crunchyroll login. Because everyone was like, no, he's a dick, but he's not a scumbag. And so they were like, yeah, there's a distinction, So he doesn't go necessarily out of his way to like kill the innocent. You just have to annoy him. And the catch is that his tolerance for annoyance is just really low. but I mean, case in point, look at Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. He walked by all those bystanders. He didn't cut none of them up. He could have. Sure. No, so that's what it is. So he just has a low tolerance for annoyance. But yeah, he's not a scumbag. He's just a dick. So, but yeah, when they said that, I was just I was internally dying a little bit. So Virgil pirates him. He would definitely pirate One Piece. But yeah, so it definitely had its moments. And there are some VODs that I'm definitely going to go back and watch at some point. I was telling Roman before we started recording that for some reason I was awake at 3 a.m. the morning of this recording, and Demolition Man was playing. They were doing Demolition Man. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to watch Demolition Man now. So. And it was so hilarious because the ending sequence is a 3-frame cutscene of Sylvester Stallone as John Spartan just running, and it's literally frame 1, frame 2, and then frame 3, and frame 3 has the giant explosion behind him. Oh man, it was great. It was great. So yeah, this considering what's going on, and they have to make this all recorded and all of this, I think that they did a fairly good job. All things considered. So So that's really what I wanted to touch upon too, and it almost feels like I made this reference of this comment that at this point I think I look forward to GDQ so that I could just watch the games that I wanted to play, but just won't because of time constraints or priorities. And so now it's I could just watch the run through and then call it a day. Be like, okay, now I played it. All right, I can check this one off the list. So yeah, So we'll see. Maybe hopefully by SGDQ, by the summer one, they'll have the Devil May Cry 5 special edition. They'll have the Virgil playthrough, and I don't need to bother with that either. And I also think it's funny too because you shared that video a couple weeks ago of the mocap actor, the guy from Power Rangers, and the voice actor for Virgil. Yeah. Uh-huh. And what's funny too is I actually thought that was from Devil May Cry 5 because remember in the base game in Devil May Cry 5, you can, just like how Resident Evil 2, you can switch out the graphics to be like PS1 graphics. And so in Devil May Cry 5, you can swap out the cutscenes for all the mocap sessions. So it's literally like when they're in the opening cutscene with oh god, what's her name? And the Devil May Cry van, it's actually them with the little toy van going in the studio and actually flipping it upside down and all of that. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And then you actually saw her voice actress grab the cigarette out of midair and she's covered in all the mocap balls. I was like, okay, all right. I didn't think that they were going to be able to top off the Resident Evil 2 PSX graphics, but they did it. Good job. Nico. Why could I? Nico. Yeah, Nico. Yeah. Jeez. But, so, yeah. Nico Nicotine. Grabbing the cigarette out of midair there. She's played by an actual voice actress, too. I was randomly looking, and I was like, no way! Her Japanese voice actress. They actually, Capcom, they don't always go splurge on VAs for their games a lot of the time, but yeah, Devil May Cry actually had decent Japanese voice actors, so I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, man, Nero, he has to go get the One Piece to rescue his waifu. and his dad apparently pirates anime, so. Oh, man. Yeah, it's like I said, that's, again, this is what I was tying into earlier when we were talking about Nier and all that. It's that's how much of a Devil May Cry fanboy. It's all I just give it all a pass. It's like, is it Devil May Cry? No, I sleep. Is it Devil May Cry? Yes, real shit. So, and then yeah. And then on top of that, Kamiya always gets hella salty really easily, so, hey. So, yeah. I think that's about it for my expectations and my hopes and aspirations for the year, and we're all on the same page. I think we'll talk about new news as it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you got?
What do we got?
Yeah, what else you got?
Just in general.
All right, what you got? Just in general.
Well, if you didn't already know, my store is 100% up now.
Yes.
Yay!
So please go buy stuff.
The shill. All right, yeah, go buy stuff, please.
Buy my stuff. Buy my stuff.
I can't actually get any of the stuff unless you buy it.
Makes sense.
Because I have no budget. I have no money to get this stuff unless you buy it.
He is not Ufotable. There's no unlimited budget works.
Yes. Which, it kind of works out. Like I told you the other day, one of the reasons I think some people aren't buying is because they have to pay up front for everything.
Yeah.
I don't do that either when I pre-order, but Squarespace doesn't give me the option.
Got it.
To let you pay at a later date. Otherwise, I would offer it. I did email them about it, and they said they would talk to their team, but I'm not holding my breath.
Right.
One guy asking for it, as far as I know, is not going to get them to go, yeah, let's fix that and put that in there.
Yeah.
So if you guys really want it, bombard their contact and tell them that you want it in, and I'll put it in.
And this contact info, which will not be anywhere in the comments section for you to email or gently remind.
Right.
No. I mean, if you want to ask or inquire, obviously, and take Roman's advice, but be respectful. If it's one dude, it's like Roman said, he's got his hands tied. He doesn't make the policy.
Yeah.
But it would be nice.
It would be nice because I was looking into doing it. I was going to have it delayed.
Yeah.
Because, like all of you, I'm pretty sure you don't have the money right up front for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I got like 6 months to get the money.
Correct.
But I can't offer it because of that. And I cannot code. So at least websites. So I can't do it myself. And even if I could, it would take months. Because I would have to start from scratch on everything.
There's some good stuff, though. I was really shocked. You have a lot of, like, the newer and latest stuff up there. So I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm probably going to be using you for Nesso berries for sure. So my Nesso berry supplier.
Yeah, I think the only problem I have, at least with the wholesaler I got, is they don't get everything. I did finally hear back from the one that is affiliated with Good Smile Company, though.
Nice.
So hopefully soon I get them going, because they get like the Mega House one-piece figures, which my wholesaler doesn't get at all.
Nice.
They get a bunch of the pop-up parade stuff that my wholesaler doesn't get, Nendoroids that I haven't seen my wholesaler have, plushies that my wholesaler doesn't get, like Nesso berries and stuff like that. But for what I can get, it's still pretty good.
Nice. Like,
there's still a lot of good stuff there. It's just, I wish they had a little more.
Yeah.
Like they did recently add some Mega House stuff, but not like the Portrait of Pirates figures for One Piece, which is really what I want to get on there. They're usually pretty high detailed and, well, unfortunately, very expensive, but they're worth it. I buy them. So I'm not just saying it because I want you to buy it. I'm saying it because I'm a collector of all the One Piece figures.
Right.
And I would spend the money on them.
I feel you. All right.
But yeah, no, I was partially joking about the go buy stuff thing. So
No, but seriously, go buy some.
Yeah. I mean, I would appreciate it if you guys did, but I'm not like You don't have to.
Yeah. Don't go broke, please.
Yeah.
I'm out on the street, but man, look at this Nami figurine.
Right? At least you could have your waifu.
She'll keep me warm at night.
I mean, she'll charge you an arm and a leg, but she'll keep you warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been up for about a week.
Nice.
About a week.
Nice.
I have an Instagram page also, which I'm going to be posting all of the new products I add to the site. So anything that gets put up for pre-order, you'll see it on there for the link to the page. Let's see, I just got my banner a couple days ago.
Nice.
Still got to pay that guy. And I got someone working on a mascot character for me.
Nice.
Like I already sent him everything. He's been paid. He's just got to send me the final product.
Nice.
So hopefully I get that by next week, and everything will be good. Now I just need people to start buying stuff because nobody's bought anything since it started. I think I could look at actually how many people have put stuff in their cart. 4 people, but they never complete.
Got it.
The sale.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah, I got to find out how to get them to finish
the transaction,
the purchase.
Yeah, I got you.
Which I think I might have to lower shipping, especially for international people. But international shipping is expensive.
True. This is true.
I was trying to look at a bunch of different places, like at least 10 to 15 different places, and kind of average it out.
Yeah.
But even then, it was like $75, $80 just to ship overseas.
Jeez.
So, and that's using USPS, because FedEx, I believe, would be way more expensive, and UPS and all that.
Yeah,
and I don't have a DHL account. So.
Yeah, well, because FedEx and UPS, they're still working. USPS is all over the place, but yeah.
So yeah, until I can get a cheaper shipping. Oh, I'm sorry about the shipping prices.
Fair. All right.
But I mean, I still have to pay like $30 from Toys Logic, and I live in California where they're located. So
probably you could just drive up there and be like, "You charging me $30? Give me that."
I used to do that when I lived in the Bay, but now
that's a drive.
Yeah, it's a much longer drive, so I have to have them ship it to me.
I gotcha.
And it's still like $30-$40. And I'm like, God,
man.
He's like, I'm only like an hour away. Why don't you drop it off? I'll give you gas money.
Pay for their Uber.
Yeah, pay for their Uber.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I'll leave a link to the website and the Instagram for you all to check out if you want. Again, you don't have to buy anything, but if you know people who might be interested in stuff, send them to the website. I'm adding stuff whenever it becomes available. I think there was only one day my wholesaler added a bunch of new products that I could add onto the website, and I did that all yesterday.
Yes.
So, yeah. I added a Nadeshko Eurocamp figure. That was just added on a couple days ago.
My namesake.
Yeah, your namesake. So, yep. So far, it's not looking good for me, but let's see if we can fix that.
Yeah, it'll take time. It'll take time, but it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, my only worry is that I had to actually place the orders for stuff.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I'm like, come on, people.
Gotcha.
Start buying. I can at least lower the quantity if I need to.
Yeah.
If only 5 people buy something, I could say, okay, I'll just lower it to 5. But if nobody buys anything, then I got to start canceling stuff. And if I start canceling too much, then my wholesaler will close my account.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with that, because then they get backlogged on all their product and they paid for it all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a cascade effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need that. The only and another problem is most of this stuff seems to be coming out in June.
Oh.
I think there's 20 items coming out in June. It's what the heck? You can't spread it out? Put some stuff in November. But no, it's like June, July, June, May, June. I'm like, God, stop it.
Stop that. Stop it, are you? Oh, man. All right.
So, yeah. But I already pretty much figured it would take a while before it picked up.
Mm.
I was hoping that, like, you know, the conventions would start up again and I would have some product to take there.
Yeah.
And if my credit wasn't so horrible, I'd just get a business loan. But I don't think they'd give me one. So, yeah. So I'm always looking like, who's bought something? Nobody. Okay.
Please buy something. Please.
Right. But I'm pretty positive the biggest thing is that they have to pay up front.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like doing that either. If I pre-order something, I'm like, okay, I just put it down, like I want one, and then pay for it later. But yeah, so I understand if that's like kind of a deterrent for people, because like even I don't like doing that. But again, Squarespace doesn't offer that, so I have to do it.
Yeah, just trapped by the system.
Yeah, and their recommendation was just do wish lists. I was like, well, it doesn't really do me any good if I do a wish list and then I still have to pay for the stuff.
Right.
Because then I have no money to pay for the stuff.
It's all a circle.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
That's why I've been avoiding putting stuff up that's releasing like next month or March. Because I'm like, I don't think that's enough time.
Right.
I did promote one of my posts on Instagram, though. That's been getting me a lot of traffic, but still nobody's really buying anything. So we'll see.
Yeah, just keep at it. You got to be persistent.
I think for now, yeah, I should just lower shipping prices. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah. I mean, that might be it, too, to at least get people in. And then after a while, then just be like, okay, this is, gotta raise the prices because, things are getting heavy out here. So.
Yeah.
But at least to show people what you're all about and get your brand out, yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, and whenever it starts picking up and everything and stuff like that, I'm able to.
Yeah.
Might do like, 10% off of like purchases of this much or something like that.
Exactly.
But the business has to actually survive.
Exactly.
For me to do this kind of thing.
Exactly.
So right now I know it's only been a week, so I'm not like too worried. But once it gets to like March, April, and people still aren't buying anything, and then I'm like, it's getting closer to my release dates, then I'll start worrying. But for now, I'm just like, there's still time.
We're not in panic mode just yet.
Yeah, we're not in panic mode just yet. Just kind of stressed. Kind of stressed mode.
Gotcha.
But other than that, yeah, I'll leave the links.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. We'll share them around as well.
Because I know the pop-up parades, they're not that expensive. I think I got them all up there for like $41.99.
That's not bad. I think that's almost like the same price that Good Smile sells them for.
I think they're a little cheaper, but they're Good Smile. Like I think they're made from Good Smile.
Got it.
So they could charge whatever they want.
Got it.
Me, I gotta charge enough to cover shipping and everything, which I don't think a lot of people realize when these companies put their prices up. It's like they're not just charging you for the figure; they gotta charge to cover the shipping, and because if they don't, then they're losing money. Because they're buying the figure, but then they're losing out with all the shipping they're spending. So they got to make it up.
Roman over here with the Reaganomics lesson.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm on the losing end right now of the Reaganomics.
Well, it'll pick up. It'll pick up.
I'm sure it will. I think that's it. Okay. I think, yeah. I mean, I guess if there's anything that you guys are looking for, let me know. I'll see if I could look for it for you.
Give Roman a bounty.
Yeah. I'll even say, even if I have to send you somewhere, that's not my place.
Yeah. There you go.
If you at least get the figure you want, I'll help you find it.
There you go. Customer service.
Even if that does end up being like eBay. Because trust me, some of these figures, if you want an older one, that's basically your best bet.
Yeah, correct.
Or, maybe if you're lucky, you go on like Ami and you go through their used section and they just happen to have one. Which I did, I think back in August. Because I found a couple figures that are kind of old that I've been looking for. They were pretty cheap. I think they were like $50.
That's not bad.
Because it was used, so it was in good condition too. Like,
oh, that's really not bad.
The only thing that was wrong with it was that it was open, taken out of the box.
Yeah, used ever since Tokyo and Akihabara and Osaka started selling used figures. It's been a gold mine for me. So
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, Ami is the worst for me with shipping because overseas.
Yeah.
Like if I buy like my Amelia figure, the big one that the dude told me to kill myself over. Oh, did we ever tell you about that?
The running joke.
I don't think so.
The running joke.
So I was on Facebook, and one of these pages I follow posted the figure for Amelia and Rem for these. There's like Crystal Dress or something.
Yep.
Amelia, Crystal Dress, Rem, and I just went on there and said, I need that Amelia figure. And then this dude responded, you should kill yourself.
That escalated way too fast.
And I'm like, wow, okay. It's my mission now to buy this figure and then post a picture of it on that if I could find it again. Through like my activity log. Just tag him in it. Look, I got it. And I'm still alive.
Or are you?
Yeah, or am I? Might be posting this beyond the grave.
It was the what you call return. Yeah, death by return or return by death.
Yeah, but yeah, that figure, the shipping for that was $100.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because I think the figure was $340, and then I ended up paying like $450 total with shipping. So, yeah. But I pay it because I want the figure.
Roman is literally there when he signs that package, like EMT, and he does that stretch, or the arm pose, the T pose, or whatever. So
yeah, I am willing to pay like a lot of shipping, a lot on shipping, depending on the figure. Like my Darkness 4th scale figure, I paid $100 for that too.
Oh man!
Because it's so big, the dimensions and everything.
She has the finest of melons, after all.
She certainly does. Able to destroy a wayward cabbage.
Oh jeez.
I love Konosuba.
But yeah, Darkness and Amelia have been my most expensive shipping figures.
So Roman can pay for shipping for those two, then you can pay shipping on Roman's figures.
Yeah, I would say though that like I know the FedEx shipping is way expensive.
Yeah,
but that's because it's priority.
Correct.
And they're like, "Oh, you want priority for FedEx? That's $70." Like, really? Yeah. And like I think I got 30% off on that too, and it's still like $70.
Jeez.
Like, you people are crazy. No wonder nobody wants to ship with you. Like, ship with you. No wonder you guys are losing money.
Mm-hmm.
UPS is even worse because they wouldn't even give me a discount.
No.
UPS was just like, yeah, you're just gonna pay us whatever we ask for, and you're gonna like it.
Pretty much. Or else you ain't getting no EMT figure.
Right. And USPS, I signed up for ShipStation, and they signed me up for stamps, which gives me a discount on USPS shipping.
Yes.
And that's the cheapest. USPS is actually the cheapest. So.
But you'll get it a year later.
Yeah, maybe. Especially if you're overseas. I don't know how they are with overseas shipping. I think when I was at my current job, we had to ship these cell phone camera lenses back to China because my boss buys all of his stuff from China. I think it took like 6 months for it to arrive.
My gosh.
Yeah. So that's China, though. I don't know how it is with like the UK or Australia. So, yeah.
Yeah, as far as UK is concerned, when What Culture Wrestling was still a thing before they became like some of the people from that pulled away and like became cultaholic, like when they used to sell like the shirts, like they would mail the shirts through the Royal Mail. So it's pretty much like our version of USPS. But the thing is, it's like it's such like basic mail service that you don't even get a tracking number. It's like, oh, we're just gonna mail it to the void, and hopefully you get your shipment. So there was like that anxiety for like 2 or 3 weeks, like whether if or when I was gonna get my shirt. So that was fun because at the time, like when I bought one of the shirts, it was I bought it as a gift, and I was like so nervous that I wasn't going to get it in time, like for Christmas. So I was like, holy crap, I hope I get this shirt. Like, I was just so nervous because it's like, they don't, because like with no tracking number, you don't know like where it's going to be or where it's going to end up. Like if it's sitting in a depot somewhere. So, yeah.
So they just kind of send it out and be like, well, hopefully it arrives.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Ami did that to me once, but that was because I chose that shipping option.
Mm.
Where I didn't know when it was going to get to me because they didn't give me a tracking number.
Mm.
But I think it arrived in like a week.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we're just going to put your parcel in a boat and just hope that it makes it to the other side.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
That's like all of my iCatch orders.
Mm.
iCatch is online crane games.
Oh, wow.
So, like, you just go on there, you pick the machine you want to play, you win the prize, and then you pay them shipping, and they'll send it out to you. But they're putting them on boats because EMS is, not up and running for the U.S.
Mm.
I've been waiting on stuff from last year to show up.
Oh, jeez.
Some of them have shown up, and the box will be, like, smashed in. Thankfully, most of the stuff that I've gotten hasn't been damaged, but yeah, I'll get nervous when I look at the box and it's like half the size it should be because it's smashed.
Yeesh.
Also, thankfully, most of the stuff I get is plushy, so it's not going to get damaged.
Yeah.
Unless they stab it, which I don't think they've done yet. Although the last box I got came in like really good condition. That only had like 6 items.
Only 6.
Yeah, 2 figures, and 4 cushions. Yeah.
Yeah, good thing they didn't stab that.
Yeah, it's a good thing they didn't stab that. But yeah, it's right now I'm just kind of tinkering with things with the website to see how to get people to buy stuff. I kind of figured the banner because people wouldn't just see like plain text.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, it's a little more professional now.
Yeah.
And then I want the mascot character because
stand out.
Think it would stand out a lot. Whenever I get it, I'll post it in the Discord so everybody can see it.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take him. He just took on the job a couple days ago, so I'm expecting like next week or something, maybe by the end of next week.
Sure.
Mhm.
I don't want him to rush or nothing. So, and I don't think he would anyway.
Ask him how much it would take to lewd your mascot.
To loot it?
Yeah, lewd your. Can I lewd your mascot?
Oh my gosh.
Well, first you should see what she looks like, and then you can decide if you want to loot her or not.
That's a good point. It could be a lowly, and at which point I regret saying that. Okay, fair enough. Touche.
Yeah, I told her to make her look like she was 6. So.
Oh, so Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't give an age.
No, man.
But I did give him a bust size. So.
Okay. Then we're back in game. We're back in the game, baby.
Priorities, man. Priorities.
That's right.
Like, I gave him what I wanted, and then I was like, I guess the best way to describe it would be I want kind of a mix between Drake from FGO and Ash from Overwatch.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see what he comes up with.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's a pirate girl, so I said Drake. And, well, Ash is a cowgirl, but still.
Yeah.
She has that kind of mentality, so.
Mhm.
And I think more of the body type. With a little mix of Drake in there.
Mhm.
It works. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what mascot Sean looks like.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Like, this is one of the first few things that I'm actually looking forward to. I'm trying not to keep have expectations. Did he just toss that baby?
He just did. In Yakuza 6, they toss the baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to keep get my expectations up, but I'm looking forward to it. See what it looks like. Like, I got an image in my head, but I want to see what he comes up with. And yeah, I just want him to finish so I can look at it. And go, yay! And then I got to come up with a name, which I suck at coming up with names. It's like that meme where they talk about you'd spend all that an hour or two creating your character, but then you're there for 3 days trying to come up with a name. That's me. I cannot come up with names. I just go like, name generator. There we go. That's a good name.
It's like me with games. Like I make an account and it's like, oh, that's like that name's already taken. Think of another one. I'm like, what the heck?
Like, but I always use this name. That's one I hate, where I always use a name and then someone takes it.
Those
yeah, it's like I always use this name, and also like these hundreds of other people that also use this name.
So you got to be like in Blend S with Kaho and just be like That's your name.
All A's.
Yeah, all A's.
Wow. So yeah, I think that's all from me anyway.
Sachiel, what you got? Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Let's see. I am interested of how Monster Hunter Rise is going to be like, because it's just it's looking like they're kind of like going back to their roots basically as far as like, aesthetic and everything. But I'm also curious about like a lot of the gameplay mechanics too. So that's something to look forward to. Like for me, like playing, like the old world games, like starting from like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite up to like Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It's like just seeing like these progression of these games like throughout the years is really exciting, because like before it's like like those type of games that I wouldn't normally play if someone did not tell me about them. If anything, I'd probably like see like fan art or the official art and see the monsters and like, oh, that's pretty cool, without really knowing like their ecology and everything. Because they make a really big deal about that in Monster Hunters, like the ecology of the monsters and the environments they're in, which makes it even that more interesting to me. So I'm just gonna check it out this weekend and see how that goes. The only downside about the demo, it's like you can only play it so many times, and then you can't play it anymore.
Like they did with Resident Evil?
Yeah, so it's like, but from what I understand, like whatever progress you make carries over to the retail version, so it's not too bad. So,
is it Switch exclusive or PS4 as well?
It's Switch exclusive.
Oh, okay.
And then having to catch up with like my GDQ VDAs, excuse me, my VODs. So it's like, oh, this game looks interesting. I'm gonna watch the speedrun of this. So, like I was telling you, it's like start from day one. I just work my way down.
Yep. Skip. Watch. Skip. Watch this. Skip. Watch this. Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, because like, to be honest, I kind of don't like their little like mini shows in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like skip that, you know, like even like the pre-show, the after-show, it's like I don't even watch that.
Yeah. All those time fills, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yay, we made this much money this time, yay, and then I stop watching.
Yeah. Skip.
Wow.
Yeah, because otherwise I watch the European speedrun assembly. Like I watch them sometimes too. Like I watch their VODs.
Same.
And they're fun too.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Then of course like the people I follow, so it's like Distortion, Babak Soup, like them guys.
I've seen a couple of Distortion. I don't follow Distortion's channel, I don't think, but I have seen him at GDQ. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was like the first person to find how to unlock that secret door in the Demon Souls remake.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like because like it's done by Bluepoint, like Bluepoint tends to do like little like Easter eggs in the games, like how they did it for Shadow of Colossus, how like they have the little like Easter egg you do. So it's the was it like the 76 secrets or something? I can't remember the name, but it's something like that, to where it's like once you do those quests, like it opens the door to the secret area and like you get a sword. So like for Demon Souls remake, they had it where it's like a secret door behind an illusionary wall, and like the whole community was trying to figure out how to do it, and Distortion was the first person to open the door legit and to get the item that's behind the door. So that was really cool to watch.
Yeah, especially Demon Souls, like Zeus. Hey Zeus, he's good too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus, it's toast. Yeah, he does Bloodborne, but he also does do Demon Souls and Dark Souls and all that. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I know like Zard and his like crazy like punch out run, especially when he does them blindfolded.
Oh yeah.
Those are always fun to watch too.
Yeah, I still occasionally go and watch Zallard and all of them doing blindfolded punch out to make myself feel inadequate.
Blindfolded punch out.
Blindfolded punch out, just like what it sounds like.
Yeah, but the most important question though: save the animals or kill the animals?
You know, they're not doing Metroid this time. They did Prime and they did Zero Mission, but they're not doing Super. I want to say though that they stopped doing that at a GDQ, and that's an S GDQ thing. But at the same time too, like normally, you know, they close out the whole show with like an RPG, and they're not doing that this time either.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing. But I think that I might take off SGDQ for like my vacation this year, so we'll see how that plays out.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll have to go check out more of Distortion's channel in the meantime.
Yeah, because like, you know, like he normally does like Soulsborne games, but he also plays other stuff too. So
nice.
And it's like pretty much like, you know, like when the game first comes out, like try to find like all the glitches and stuff.
Break it wide open.
Watch too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty much my closing thoughts for today.
All right. Well, I just have some channel news then. We were talking about upcoming the next couple of viewing parties, and I think I just will adjust our schedule now. I think that now, for sure, we're going to be watching Carnival of Phantasm next week. So I'll make a post for that, just, so regardless of the timing of this podcast. So next viewing party is now going to be Carnival of Phantasm. And then the second view party of this month of January is going to be the Madoka third movie, because Madoka turned 11 years old or 10 years old?
10.
It's 10th anniversary.
10 years old.
Mhm.
So Madoka is now drinking age, just like she wanted with her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an alcoholic.
She could be an alcoholic. Roman, you're the worst.
Maybe be interesting. Who knows?
Oh my. So, anyways, aside from Roman's terrible takes,
Hot takes, you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, and also too, the Studio Dean adaptation of Fate's Day Night turned 15 years old this year too.
Oof. Well, I don't think we're gonna watch Studio Dean Fate's Day Night. Oh man! Every time I fight a dragon in FGO, I'm like, Studio Dean.
I was disappointed.
I'm like, hey, it's a dolphin.
The version I watched didn't have that people die when they are killed line. I was disappointed.
Yeah, that is disappointing.
Yeah.
That's gotta be frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. I was like, oh, it's coming up. Oh, they fixed it.
Lame. Losers.
Yeah. I will say though, like when I saw the first Heavensville movie,
Yeah.
in New People, where like Kodomine says like Yorokobe Shonen, the whole theater set the line.
I was there. I was there. Yeah, we all cheered.
That was amazing.
Come on, Kotomine, say the line. Yorokobe Shonen.
Yay!
So, yeah.
Nerds.
Yeah. Fate losers. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess then we'll do a Demon Slayer special. And that's the code name for this project. So the Demon Slayer special, I guess we'll do that at the first view party of February. So we'll do that. And then we'll figure out what we're going to watch in the second half of February. So Studio Dean Fate's Day Night. So I'll go ahead and I'll get those event pages all set up, and then we'll forward them over to the Discord. But yeah, man, that's basically it. So let's close it up then. Happy New Year, everybody. There's gonna be hopefully lots going on. Please go support Roman's shop, Shill, and participate. Join in the Discord and all that. I wrote this on my personal Facebook page. I don't know if I said this in the Discord or on the page, but I don't censor, I don't delete comments, I don't block people. I let people go crazy in comments and all that. You can't really say anything that I haven't heard or seen much of. So you're not going to hurt me. All that I ask for anybody that's coming in and is joining, just don't violate the terms of service of the platforms, because that I have no control over.
Right.
If you get Roman, Sachiel, or myself in trouble, then I will intervene, or I'll have someone intervene as appropriate. But you're not going to get any haterade off of me. I'll just drink my tea.
That's my job.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and as a former 4chan beatard, nothing really bothers me either. So.
Yeah.
I was never on 4chan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still haven't been on there. So.
Well, I haven't been on there for years. Like ever since Moot doesn't own the site anymore, I just kind of stopped going there.
I don't use that. I never been on Reddit. So.
Oh man, both 4chan and Reddit seem to be all the good places for FGO stuff now these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, much.
But yeah.
I mean, I'm just learning how to use Twitter. So. I'm an old man now. Okay. Just stay off my lawn and we'll be good.
And buy merch. Buy weed merch. Stay off my lawn, but buy the weed merch. Yeah, man. So That's basically it. So yeah, let's get out of here.
Yep. All right. So next one will be in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know if we're going to be coming up with what we're going to talk about, or we're just going to do like
We'll figure something
whatever.
out.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah, we'll come up with a couple topics and we'll go from there.
Yep. So if you enjoyed this, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Leave comments to let us know what you are looking forward to this season and throughout the year for anime, video games, whatever. Yeah. So we will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
See ya.